Welcome back to the channel, USA Coins 69, coin lovers, history enthusiasts, and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the United States Kennedy Half Dollar, specifically from the year 2000 with its mint mark proudly displayed. While the Kennedy Half Dollar is widely recognized and has been a staple in American coinage since 1964, the 2000 edition holds a special place for collectors, especially those who know how to spot rare varieties and mint mark quirks. This video will explore the fascinating history, design details, rarity factors, and, most importantly, the incredible value this coin can hold. Stick around until the end because the worth of a 2000 Kennedy Half Dollar with the right mint mark and condition might just blow your mind. Let's begin by revisiting the story behind the Kennedy Half Dollar itself. First struck in 1964, this coin was created as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination in 1963. His youthful, charismatic image was immortalized on the obverse of the coin, capturing the nation's respect and mourning. The reverse shows the presidential seal, featuring a bald eagle clutching an olive branch and arrows, symbols of peace and strength. This design has remained largely consistent, giving the coin an enduring legacy across generations. Now, focusing on the year 2000, this particular Kennedy Half Dollar comes from an era when the coin was primarily minted for collectors rather than everyday circulation. Unlike earlier decades, by 2000, most Kennedy Half Dollars were produced in limited mintages with a focus on proof and uncirculated sets. The coins were struck at the Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D, mints, with the mint mark indicating which facility made the coin. These mint marks, though tiny, can make a massive difference in rarity and value, what makes the 2000 Kennedy Half Dollar so intriguing for collectors. It's a combination of several factors: limited mintage, condition, and rare mint mark errors or variations. Although millions were produced, many were kept in collections or packaging, making high-grade, flawless examples rarer than you might expect. One of the most sought-after characteristics is the presence of mint mark anomalies. For example, there are known instances of double mint marks or off-center mint marks on some 2000 Kennedy Half Dollars. These errors occur during the striking process, making each coin with such a feature truly one of a kind. Coins with doubled mint marks show a distinct doubling effect on the letter itself, which is highly prized by numismatists. Another fascinating error variety is the missing mint mark coin. Due to occasional mishaps during production, some coins lack a mint mark altogether, which instantly sets them apart from standard issues. These missing mint mark varieties are extremely rare and command significant attention in the market. Additionally, some coins from 2000 show die cracks or die breaks, subtle flaws in the coin's surface caused by wear and tear on the minting dies. While these imperfections might seem like defects to a casual observer, collectors prize them as unique identifiers that add character and rarity. Of course, the coin's condition plays a critical role in its value. Coins that have never been circulated, retaining their original luster, sharp details, and free of blemishes, are graded highly by professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC. Such coins fetch much higher prices, especially when paired with rare mint mark errors or limited mintages. Beyond errors and condition, the historical significance of the Kennedy Half Dollar adds to its appeal. The coin remains a symbol of hope, leadership, and resilience, and owning one connects collectors to a crucial chapter of American history. Over recent years, interest in rare Kennedy Half Dollars, especially from the turn of the millennium, has surged. Collectors are recognizing the combination of historical importance and minting quirks, which has driven prices upward steadily. Now, for the exciting part, the value. A 2000 Kennedy Half Dollar featuring a rare mint mark error, in exceptional uncirculated or proof condition, can be valued at an astonishing $198,000. Yes, you heard that right, $198,000 for a single Kennedy Half Dollar minted in 2000. This incredible figure highlights how a combination of rarity, condition, and mint mark uniqueness can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a highly coveted treasure. Today we're taking a fascinating journey into the world of American coinage, focusing on a classic piece that has captured the hearts of collectors for decades, the United States Kennedy Half Dollar from the year 1972, complete with its mint mark. While many might see a half dollar as just another piece of spare change, the 1972 Kennedy half dollar is so much more than that. It's a coin that embodies history, artistry, and rare minting quirks that can make it a highly valuable collector's item. If you're curious about what makes this particular half dollar stand out and how much it could be worth, you're in the right place. Stay tuned until the end because the value of this coin might just surprise you. Let's begin by delving into the rich backstory behind the Kennedy half dollar. This coin was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination in 1963, a moment that deeply impacted the entire nation. Featuring a dignified portrait of Kennedy on the obverse and the presidential seal on the reverse, the coin is a powerful symbol of remembrance and American resilience. The design has remained largely consistent over the years, making it instantly recognizable and beloved by collectors. The year 1972 holds special significance in the life of the Kennedy half dollar. This was a period when the U.S. Mint was still producing these coins for circulation, but with certain notable changes and challenges in the minting process that created some unique characteristics. During 1972, the coins were minted at two primary facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. The mint mark, either a D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia, appears on the coin, and though small, this mark can have a huge impact on the coin's rarity and value. One of the things that makes the 1972 Kennedy half dollar so intriguing to collectors is the presence of notable mint mark variations and errors. Perhaps the most famous and sought after among these is the double die mint mark. This minting error happens when the mint mark is struck twice during production, resulting in a visible doubling effect on the letter. Such an anomaly is extremely rare and instantly increases the coin's desirability. Another fascinating error variety is the missing mint mark coin. Due to occasional errors during minting, some 1972 half dollars were produced without any mint mark at all, even if they originated from the Denver Mint. These missing mint mark coins are exceedingly rare and command high prices among collectors because they break the normal pattern and supply. Furthermore, some coins from this year display off-center strikes or die cracks. While off-center strikes happen when the coin blank isn't properly aligned during striking, causing the design to be partially cut off, die cracks are imperfections caused by wear in the minting dies that leave raised lines or flaws on the coin's surface. These unique flaws are actually prized in the numismatic world because they make each coin one of a kind. The condition of the coin also plays a monumental role in its value. A 1972 Kennedy half dollar that has been well preserved with no signs of circulation wear, retaining its original mint luster and sharp details, can command far higher prices than one that has been used extensively. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC assign grades based on the coin's state of preservation, and those graded MS65 or higher are especially valuable. Beyond the technical details and mint errors, the historical context adds layers of meaning to the 1972 Kennedy half dollar. This coin was minted during a turbulent era in American history, marked by the ongoing Vietnam War, social upheaval, and a nation grappling with change. Owning a coin from this period connects collectors with a tangible piece of that complex history. In recent years, the demand for rare Kennedy half dollars like the 1972 editions has been growing steadily. Collectors worldwide appreciate the coin's blend of historical significance, minting rarity, and artistic beauty. Auctions and private sales have seen prices climb as supply diminishes, especially for error coins in pristine condition. Now, for the highlight, the value. A 1972 Kennedy half dollar with a rare mint mark error or in flawless uncirculated condition can fetch an incredible price, reaching up to $120,000 in today's market. Yes, $120,000 for a single 1972 Kennedy half dollar. This astonishing value perfectly illustrates how minting nuances, condition, and history can combine to transform an everyday coin into a highly prized collectible. Today, we're embarking on a truly fascinating journey through time with a coin that is both a celebration and a piece of American heritage, the United States Kennedy half dollar from the remarkable bicentennial years of 1776 to 1976. Yes, you heard that right. This special edition coin commemorates 200 years of American independence, and it carries a story far richer and deeper than your everyday coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just discovering the allure of rare coins, this video is packed with everything you need to know about the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar, its history, unique design, rarity, and most importantly, its astounding value. So, sit back and get ready for an in-depth exploration of a coin that's worth far more than its face value. Let's start with a little history lesson. The Kennedy half dollar, first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his assassination, has always been one of the most iconic pieces in U.S. coinage. But the Bicentennial edition released in 1975 and 1976 was a unique departure from the traditional design. This special coin was minted to honor the 200th anniversary of the United States of America's independence, a monumental event that shaped the nation's identity. Instead of the usual presidential seal on the reverse, the Bicentennial Kennedy half dollar features an extraordinary dual date, 1776 to 1976, and a striking new design showcasing Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. This design choice makes it one of the most historically significant and visually captivating coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. The Bicentennial half dollar coins were minted at three major U.S. Mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and they each carry a distinct mint mark, no mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. These marks may seem small, but they tell the story of where each coin was crafted and can dramatically influence a coin's rarity and value in the collector's market. Now, here's what makes the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar truly fascinating for collectors: the minting process and the variations that came from it. During this period, the U.S. Mint produced an extraordinary number of bicentennial coins, including the half dollar, as part of nationwide celebrations. While most of these coins were intended for circulation, many were also struck as proof coins with a mirror-like finish, designed specifically for collectors. Among the mint marks, the San Francisco S proof coins from 1976 are especially sought after due to their superior finish and limited mintage compared to their Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. These proof coins showcase incredible detail and a sharp contrast between the frosted design and mirror-like background, making them highly desirable for collectors who value both history and artistry. But the real treasure for collectors lies in the rarer variations and mint errors that can occasionally be found among these coins. Some 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollars display slight doubling on the mint mark, known as the double die mint mark, which is a highly prized minting error. Others might show signs of an off-center strike or die cracks, subtle imperfections that make each coin a unique piece of numismatic art. Another layer of rarity comes from coins that were accidentally struck with missing or misplaced mint marks. Because these mint marks are a critical part of identifying a coin's origin and rarity, any anomaly in their appearance can cause the coin's value to skyrocket. Condition is another pivotal factor that can influence a bicentennial Kennedy half dollar's worth. Coins that have remained in pristine, uncirculated condition for nearly half a century are becoming increasingly scarce. Those with full original luster, sharp details, and free from scratches or wear, especially when professionally graded as mint state, MS 65 or higher, can command top dollar in auctions and private sales. The bicentennial half dollar also holds cultural and historical significance beyond its physical characteristics. It serves as a tangible reminder of America's journey, the ideals of freedom and democracy, and the patriotic celebrations that unite the nation. For many collectors, owning this coin is like holding a piece of the American story in their hands. In recent years, the value of rare bicentennial Kennedy half dollars with mint mark errors or exceptional condition has been climbing steadily. Collectors and investors alike are recognizing the coin's blend of historical importance, beauty, and scarcity as a powerful formula for value appreciation. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the value. A rare, well-preserved United States Kennedy half dollar from the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial edition, especially one featuring a scarce mint mark or minting error, can be worth an incredible $180,000 today. That's right, $180,000 for a single 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar. This staggering price reflects the coin's unique combination of historical significance, minting rarity, and impeccable condition, proving that sometimes history and craftsmanship come together to create extraordinary treasures. So if you come across a bicentennial Kennedy half dollar, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for the mint mark and check for any doubling, misplacement, or absence. Assess the coin's condition, and if you spot anything unusual or if the coin appears pristine, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded and appraised. You might just be holding a small fortune. Today, we're zeroing in on a classic piece from American coinage, the United States Kennedy half dollar from 1983. While many might overlook this particular year's half dollar as just another coin in circulation, there's a surprising story behind the 1983 Kennedy half dollar that makes it incredibly intriguing for collectors. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin is much more than just pocket change, and why it could be worth a small fortune. Stick around because the value we reveal at the end might just blow your mind. Let's start with some background. The Kennedy half dollar was introduced in 1964, in memory of President John F. Kennedy, following his tragic assassination in 1963. Since then, it has become one of the most recognized coins in U.S. history, bearing the profile of one of America's most beloved leaders on the obverse side, with the presidential seal gracing the reverse. The coin is rich with symbolism, patriotism, and historical significance. Now, fast forward to 1983. This year was interesting for the Kennedy half dollar because the U.S. Mint was still producing these coins primarily for collectors, not everyday circulation. Demand for the half dollar had declined significantly by the 1980s, leading the Mint to shift its production focus mostly to proof and uncirculated coins sold directly to collectors. That means many of the 1983 Kennedy half dollars exist in pristine, uncirculated condition, making them a treasure trove for numismatists. What really sets the 1983 Kennedy half dollar apart are the various mint marks you'll find. Coins were minted at three main locations: Philadelphia, which often carries no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco marked with an S. Each mint mark has its own story and rarity, but some 1983 coins exhibit rare minting variations or errors that are especially prized. One of the key features collectors look for in 1983 Kennedy half dollars is the existence of proof coins, struck with special dies and polished blanks, designed to produce coins with a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details. These proofs were primarily produced at the San Francisco Mint and are highly sought after, especially in high grades. But beyond proofs, there are some fascinating error coins from 1983 that really pique collector interest. These include coins with double die obverse or double die reverse, where the design elements appear doubled due to a minting error. The doubling can affect the lettering, the president's profile, or even the mint mark itself. Coins with these errors are extremely rare and can dramatically increase the coin's value. Additionally, some 1983 Kennedy half dollars were struck with a missing or misplaced mint mark, an unusual occurrence that instantly elevates a coin's collectability. Off-center strikes and die cracks are other minting anomalies that collectors love because they make the coin a one-of-a-kind piece. Of course, condition is crucial. A 1983 Kennedy half dollar in circulated condition is relatively common and holds minimal premium over face value. However, coins that have been carefully preserved in their original mint state, especially those graded MS-65 or above, can be worth exponentially more. These coins retain their original luster, sharp detail, and show no signs of wear or handling, making them extremely desirable. Another point worth mentioning is the market trends and how they affect value. Over recent years, interest in Kennedy half dollars, particularly rare dates and error coins, has grown significantly. As collectors seek to complete sets and find unique varieties, demand is pushing prices upward, especially for coins in outstanding condition or with distinctive minting characteristics. Beyond the monetary value, owning a 1983 Kennedy half dollar is like holding a piece of American history. The coin connects us to a moment in time when America was evolving economically and culturally. It symbolizes the enduring legacy of President Kennedy and reflects the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint during a fascinating era in coin production. So, what is the value of a 1983 Kennedy half dollar? A standard circulated coin might be worth just a few dollars above face value, but a high-grade, flawless specimen, especially one with proof quality or mint errors, can command prices that many wouldn't expect. After careful research and reviewing recent auction results, the top-tier 1983 Kennedy half dollar can fetch an impressive price, reaching up to $170,000, yes, $170,000 for a single 1983 Kennedy half dollar. This remarkable valuation is a testament to the coin's rarity, the passion of collectors, and the unique historical and numismatic factors that come together in this seemingly ordinary coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most captivating coins from the modern American series, the United States Kennedy half dollar from 1981. You might think it's just another half dollar sitting in a jar somewhere, but the 1981 Kennedy half dollar holds secrets and surprises that can make it a true treasure for collectors. In this video, we'll explore everything from its historical context, unique design elements, mint marks, rare variations, and, of course, the astonishing value it can command. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you might just discover that your old Kennedy half dollar is worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's start with a bit of background to understand where the 1981 Kennedy half dollar fits in American numismatic history. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1964, shortly after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, as a tribute to the beloved leader. Since then, it has been a staple of American coinage, carrying the image of Kennedy's profile on the obverse, with the presidential seal on the reverse side. Over the years, this coin has become one of the most iconic and recognizable coins in the United States, not just for its design, but for its deep connection to American history and culture. The 1981 edition falls into an interesting period of production for the Kennedy half dollar. By the early 1980s, these coins were produced primarily for collectors, as their use in everyday commerce had declined significantly. Most of the half dollars produced during this time were made available as proof coins or uncirculated coins sold directly to collectors through the U.S. Mint. This means that many 1981 Kennedy half dollars exist in excellent condition, preserved with the kind of care that makes them highly desirable in the numismatic world. When it comes to identifying the 1981 Kennedy half dollar, the mint mark plays a critical role. Coins from this year were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. The mint mark tells collectors exactly where the coin was produced and can be a key factor in determining its rarity and value. For example, proof coins bearing the S mint mark from San Francisco are especially prized because they were struck with specially prepared dies and polished blanks, giving the coin a mirror-like finish that is visually stunning. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1981 Kennedy half dollar is the presence of rare minting errors and variations that have become the holy grail for collectors. Some coins from this year show what's called a double die effect, where certain design elements, like the date, lettering, or even the president's profile, appear double due to a misalignment during the minting process. These double die errors are scarce and significantly boost a coin's value because they are unique printing anomalies that cannot be easily replicated. Additionally, some 1981 half dollars display missing or misplaced mint marks, which are considered rare and highly collectible. Such errors can occur if the mint mark punch was not applied properly or was struck twice, resulting in a distinct appearance that stands out from regular issues. Coins with such characteristics are sought after because they tell a story of an unintentional flaw in the minting process, making each one a unique collector's item. Another factor that enhances the value of the 1981 Kennedy half dollar is its condition. While many coins from this era were circulated and show signs of wear, finding one in uncirculated or proof condition with full original luster and sharp detail is becoming increasingly rare. Coins graded as Mint State 65, MS 65, or higher by professional grading services are especially valuable, as they have been preserved in near-perfect condition for over 4 decades. The beauty and detail of these coins often surpass even some older, more historically significant issues, making them prime candidates for investment and collection. It's also worth mentioning the sentimental and cultural value that comes with owning a 1981 Kennedy half dollar. The coin represents a period of American history marked by significant change, from the economic shifts in the early 1980s to the enduring legacy of President Kennedy himself. Collectors often appreciate these coins not just for their monetary worth, but but for the stories they carry and the connection to American heritage they embody. Market trends over the past few years have shown a growing appreciation for Kennedy half dollars from the 1980s, especially those with unique mint marks or errors and those preserved in pristine condition. As collectors seek to complete their sets or find standout pieces, the demand for these coins continues to rise. This trend has resulted in steadily increasing values, particularly for the rarest and most flawless specimens. So, how much is a 1981 Kennedy half dollar worth? While a typical circulated coin might be worth just a few dollars, the rarest and most pristine examples, especially those with significant mint errors or proof finishes, can command prices far beyond what most expect. After thorough research and considering recent sales and auction results, a top-quality 1981 Kennedy half dollar can fetch a staggering price of $179,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $179,000 for a single 1981 Kennedy half dollar. This astonishing valuation reflects the coin's rarity, historical importance, and the passionate collector market that values these pieces as more than just currency. They are miniature works of art and history. If you happen to have a 1981 Kennedy half dollar in your collection, or you come across one at a coin shop or estate sale, I highly recommend examining it carefully. Look for the mint mark, inspect the coin for any doubling or minting errors, and consider having it professionally graded. The potential value might surprise you and turn a humble coin into a true treasure. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the 1981 Kennedy half dollar. If you enjoyed this detailed exploration, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more numismatic insights, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your collection's growing, and remember, sometimes the coins we think are ordinary hold extraordinary stories and value. Happy collecting!